Hi everyone, it's Alex, and today I'm here to do top 10 strange bookish facts about myself. I've been seeing this tag float around for a while, or a few weeks, and I believe it was incepted by Britta, and I've just been loving seeing how everyone's been interpreting the word strange. Initially, I thought that I couldn't even think of 10 things that were strange bookish-wise about myself, and I will say the things I will share are more about like bookish experiences I've had, and then the other half is sort of about my reading habits. The first fact is that in elementary school, I would often check out the Little House on the Prairie series books. And I actually really liked them, but my teachers, I remember they would specifically ask me, because I guess they wouldn't peg me as like a Laura Ingalls Wilder fan, but they would ask me why I would keep checking them out, and I would simply respond that it was often the only book that was left on the shelf to pick out. The second fact about me, I'd say, is that I think I realized with audiobooks that I'm not like an audiobook person, so I guess that's its own kind of fact. But I think what I do is that when I try listening to audiobooks in the past, I get very distracted by whoever is reading the book to me, because in my mind, I can't help but wonder if they're reading the book for the first time. So if things are surprising to them and like just what they're thinking the whole time. So I'm never really paying attention to the story at all. One time in middle school, we were allowed to bring in a book to read on our own, I think for like half an hour for class one day. And I remember bringing on the bus and telling my friend Mark about the book I brought, and it was a strategy guide to an RPG game that my brother played that I loved watching him play. And it was like at least like 200 pages long, and most of it was like pictures, but I just loved reading those when I was younger because I thought it was so important to the story I was watching my brother play. I had quickly realized that I made a mistake bringing that in, as everyone else brought books likely that their parents recommended them to bring, maybe, because there were like a lot of classics and stuff, or classics in children's literature. The fourth fact about myself is that I actually often choose what to read next based on what I'm wearing. I've realized I really like matching with my books, so if there was a book I had with a sort of green or olive color, I would likely pick that book. A lot of my clothes are really muted tones, and so I think a lot of my books reflect that too. Another fact is that I feel like this one isn't too strange, but I never read like the back of a book or like the blurbs or inside of the dust jacket or anything. I never read those because I never want to be spoiled about the tiniest thing, like even in terms of like mood or who the person giving the blurb might think would like the book. So I never read those because I want to be as surprised and non-biased as possible. Another fact is that I read a lot while lying down, mainly because of my glasses. You guys probably notice all the time that I'm like pushing my glasses up, so I can't really look down when I'm reading. I'll often like lay on the couch and then raise the book up, and then I can speed through a lot of pages that way. I think we're on fact number 7 now, but I often think of the books I would like to carry with me if I ever had a meet cute moment. And for those of you that don't know what a meet cute is, it is a very frequent thing that happens in romantic comedies where you meet someone, often the love of your life, and then for me, I think I would want to meet them, or at least the book I'm carrying, like if they bumped into me, I think I've settled that the book I would like to be carrying is the Butcher's Hook by Janet Ellis. Another fact is that I never DNF or bail on books ever. It's not that I don't believe in DNFing books. I think it's just for me, I become too distracted whenever I try to pick up something else, because I often read at least like 2 books at one time, and then if I choose to stay away from that book I haven't finished, I feel very distracted from what I'm trying to read, so I always tough it out. Even if I never realize when I'm disliking a book, I only realize it fully when I've finished it, because for me, I feel like every book has its audience, and maybe, who knows, in like the last 10 pages, I could be that audience somehow. And I think we're on the final fact here. I've lost count, but the last thing I'll say is that with my shelves, as you can see back here, I often like to keep one like compartment or area as my mood board shelf in an effort to not forget the characters and the stories I've gotten to know over the years. As I'm reading a lot more over the years too, I love, like, when I begin a month, I like think of, okay, what characters do I want to sort of have inspire me this month, or like keep in mind what they've been through, maybe if I'm going through at the same time, which sounds like really cheesy when I say it out loud. Okay, I think those were 10 facts, and I am gonna tag some people as well, and apologies if you've done this tag already because I'm not sure. I tag Miriam at Between Lines in Life, Chris at Chris Bookish Cauldron, Kelsey, because I know you're watching and you should make videos again soon. Anna at Anna Reads, who uploaded recently, so that's great. Anna, you can upload more as well. Catherine at Literary Prince, who also uploaded recently, and I'd love to see Catherine be back more, presence on BookTube as well. I'm really just creating a pattern by now, like thinking of people other than who I have written down, but Wilson Shugart, who we haven't seen, or the last video we've seen by him is he said that he would be making more content. So Wilson, where is it? And finally, I have not people who have been in and out of BookTube recently, but a new BookTuber who is Jaguar Cat Lit. I love her presence on BookTube. She has a great enthusiasm for this community, and I would also love to know her 10 strange bookish facts. All right, and that's everything. So hopefully these were strange, maybe, but as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.